So using this equation, no, expression, it's an expression. In this video, I'll be covering summations along with 2 examples. Usually students would be intimidated by these kind of questions because there's a sigma here, and there's a number in front, and there are a bunch of variables, and there's an expression. They're like, how do you solve this question? So basically, to summarize it up, okay, sorry. A summation is a total of all the sums found by using substitution with this formula. So for summation problems, I usually split them up into 3 parts to look at so that it's less overwhelming to figure out. So the first part is the coefficient, which is 3 in this case, the number in front. And the middle part is sigma, which is the summation. And then here, where the parentheses are, that would be, where do I put my hand? That is the expression we're going to be using, 5 minus p, but we're going to be using that as a formula. So we can plug in and substitute all the values of p from 3 all the way to 8 into this formula so that we can get all the sums, add them all up, and then get the summation. So let's jump into the first question. Oh, and by the way, using charts is definitely very helpful for summation problems because they can not only help you visualize them more, they can help you understand how to do the problem more, and it's more efficient to use. I don't know why I didn't. So starting off with the first value, 3, you substitute that into the formula 5 minus p. So 5 minus 3 equals to 2. And then for sum 2, you would plug in the second value, which is like the next number after 3, 4, and you would do 5 minus 4 equals 1. And then for sum 3, you would do the same thing. So 5 minus the next number value, would be 5. So 5 minus 5 is 0, and then for the 6th sum, same thing. 5 minus substituted 6 equals to -1. And then for sum 7, same thing. 5 minus 7 equals to -2. And then 5 minus 8 equals to -3. So after finding all the sums, you add all them up together. So for the negative numbers, because it's like plus parentheses -1, it's basically just -1. So that part can be overlooked. You can do 2 plus 1 plus 0 minus 1 minus 2 minus 3, and you would get -3. Now, this question is incorrect because there's one important thing you have to do at the end. What you had to do was multiply coefficient 3 to the summation. So the correct answer would have been 3 times -3, which would have been -9. So for the second example that we have a chart. So this is what I meant by having a chart. It's a lot easier to understand visually when you solve summation problems. We take this variable and we plug it into this expression again. I realized that I said equation in the last example. I did not mean that. This is an expression turned into a formula. So in this chart, we have the variable m here, and then you number it 1 through 6 because it starts off at 1, and the top is 6. We plug in the m, the variable, with the numbers. So for the first sum, we do 7 times 1 minus 2, which is 7 minus 2 equals to 5. For 2, we do 7 times 2 minus 2, which is 14 minus 2 equals to 12. That's our second sum. Our third sum would be 7 times 3 minus 2, which is 21 minus 2 equals to 19. For sum 4, 7 times 4 minus 2 equals to 28 minus 2, and that would be 26. For sum 5, 7 times 5 minus 2, and that would equal to 35 minus 2 equals to 33. And then for our sixth sum, we do 7 times 6 minus 2, which is 42 minus 2 equals to 40. And then we take all of these sums and add them all up because we need to find the sum, and it's just a bunch of addition, so that's pretty fun. So after adding 5 plus 12 plus 19 plus 26 plus 33 plus 40 equals to 135. Now, don't forget about this coefficient. This is very important. That's what the mistake was for the last example. Because there's a coefficient, we have to multiply this coefficient times the summation. Yes, so 4 times 135, which is the summation, equals to the final answer as 540. So basically, a summation is just a big addition frenzy. And a lot of substitution too. This video is just following my pencil. Circle, 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 circle. So the first thing you want to do, so we need to have all the variables,